Hello, you guys. Okay, so I just finished my breakfast. I had my usual bowl of oatmeal, which I have most days of the week. And it got me thinking about something that you guys ask me a lot, which is it okay to eat the same thing every single day? So we are gonna chat about that in today's video. I'm gonna grab some coffee because I need a little bit more, and then we'll sit down and have a chat. All right, guys, if you are new here, first of all, welcome. My name is Colleen. I am a non-diet intuitive eating dietitian, and that's really what you're gonna find here. So like I said, today we're gonna be talking all about, is it okay to eat the same thing every day? And as always, guys, this video is for entertainment purposes only. It is not meant to serve as specific medical or nutrition advice for you. If you do need specifics on anything we talk about in this video, be sure to reach out to your healthcare provider immediately. So when people ask me the question, is it okay to eat the exact same thing every single day? My answer is it depends. So let me explain that for you. I think it depends first on the reason why you're eating the same thing every day. You guys know I talk a lot about not having food rules and how to overcome disordered eating, and eating the same thing every day can be a form of disordered eating. I know for a lot of people, and my past self included, it felt quote unquote easier to eat the same thing every day because I already had that stuff logged in my Fitness Pal, right? It made it just easier. Or people who track macros, a lot are, oh, well, I already know the macros of that food, so it just, again, makes things easier. But in the long run, it actually makes things harder because you're being less flexible. And I think this is one thing that people have come to a realization in the past year and a half. I mean, what the world has been like is that we're going to be thrown for loops, right? Things might be out of stock at the grocery store. We have to be able to be flexible. So I think that if you are eating the same thing every day and not allowing for flexibility, you're doing it because, you know, it's easier for your food rules. I definitely think it's probably not the best thing to be eating the same thing every day then from that instance. So I would say firstly, ask yourself, is this a food rule that I have, that eating the same thing every day makes me feel safe? Safe foods are another thing. Are you just sticking to the same foods because you feel comfortable eating those foods? You feel like they're quote unquote healthy? Whatever it is, kind of take a look at the reason that you are eating those same foods every day. But like I said, for me, I pretty much have like a bowl of oatmeal most mornings. That's just one example because it's freaking easy. It's delicious. I like it. I know it gives my body the nutrients that I need. It's got carbs. I can throw fat in there with some peanut butter, you know, put some Greek yogurt, scoop a protein powder, get that protein in there. It's very, very convenient, right? And it's delicious. I enjoy it. Now, I think that's okay, but I do think there are some things that you need to think about, right? As a registered dietitian myself, I know it's important that we have a variety of nutrients in there, but I mean, having a different thing every single day of the week is just not realistic. I mean, we're not a made-to-order restaurant, right? A lot of us don't have that flexibility and that ability to actually do that. So what I recommend is if you are, and this is actually what I do, if you are eating the same things every single day, like oatmeal, find ways that you can change up the toppings because that's gonna allow your body to get a wide variety of vitamins, minerals, all of those sorts of things that we do need. Eating the same things every day could potentially cause nutrient deficiencies if you're not allowing for, like I said, our bodies to get that wide variety of foods. Our bodies want a wide variety of foods. They want those nutrients in there. So change up the fruits, change up the nuts. Maybe some days you change up all the different toppings that you do. And you can do the same thing with things like salads. You can change up the toppings, change up the proteins. So that's kind of what I do for breakfast is change up the toppings. And I always try to make it a goal at least once or twice a week to do something actually different. So to not have oatmeal, to make pancakes with my husband on the weekend, to make a smoothie, just as a way of giving my body different foods and different nutrients, right? That's just something also that I have adapted in what I recommend when you do get past eating things as a food rule, the same thing every day, right? It's kind of like, I always butcher this because I'm totally not a sports person, but you work to prevent, what is that phrase? You do defense to play offense, offense to play defense, whatever. You're preventing your food rules from coming back. Please let me know in the comments what the actual phrase that I'm trying to get out is, because I butcher it every single time. You know what I mean? So we want to work to keep our food rules at bay. So that's something that I do. I know my past history with having food rules is that I got very comfortable with eating the same thing every day, and that did turn into a food rule. So in order to prevent that from happening, I make sure that I keep a variety of foods and don't get too attached to one specific food. So I do that with breakfast, lunch, dinner. I try to change it up at least a couple of times during the week to maintain that flexibility, right? Because we can get so used to eating the same thing that if we get switched or, you know, things are sold out at the grocery store, whatever it is, then we can almost be like, oh, like that can give us a little bit of guilt, stress, or anxiety with eating something different. So intentionally making those changes can be really helpful in that. So like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to be eating the same thing every day, but I do think from a registered dietitian standpoint that it is important to make sure that we're getting some different variety. So like I said, I kind of walked you through how I do it with breakfast, kind of the same thing with lunch. I do meal prep for lunch, but I allow myself to make sure that I'm maintaining some variety. So how I do that is, yes, typically I will eat the same thing for lunch like Monday through Friday because I'll just meal prep it. I have full days of eating. You guys can watch those. Let me know if you want more of those in the comments, or like full week of eating lunches, what I meal prep for the week, let me know. But what I do for that is I make sure to kind of change what I'm eating. So for instance, if I have hamburger salads for lunch one week, I'll maybe make buffalo chicken salad wraps the next week. And so I intentionally kind of change that more of on a weekly basis so that I'm continuing to get different nutrients in my body. Okay, so that's how I kind of do it for that. Same thing with snacks. I will typically make sure I have some fruit and veggies on hand to snack on, protein bars, but within that, I make sure that there's some variety. So I'll buy different types. That's something that, again, I think is really important to make sure that not only are we getting a variety of nutrients, but we're also allowing ourselves to maintain kind of that flexibility. Because one thing that I get asked a lot is, but I'm fine with eating the same thing every day. You know, I enjoy it. I really love it. Again, we don't want to get to the place where we love it too much and we feel like, oh, but I don't want any other foods. Maintain that flexibility. It's just important overall, right? Not only for the variety of nutrients that our body needs, but also for just keeping allowing ourselves to stay flexible, right? And then on kind of speaking on a dinner basis, so dinner's like one of the meals that like I can't eat the same thing every day. I like to have that variety in there. So I talk about this more in my video that I talk about how I meal plan. That might be really helpful for this because I kind of talk about a lot of the stuff in that video. I can link to it and up there and in the description for you guys. But the way that I meal plan for dinner is I pretty much have set things every day of the week that we have. So like Mondays is always going to be meatless Mondays. I've been loving buffalo tofu lately. I'm working on a recipe for the blog right now. Tuesdays are usually tacos. Wednesdays, my husband makes dinner, so sometimes it's spaghetti. That's, I mean, totally up to him, which, guys, is fabulous when you can give up that control and I can get a little extra work done while he cooks dinner. Great. Thursdays, we usually have a salad kit. You guys know, if you watch my Instagram stories, we have those all the time. They're so easy. And then Fridays are usually Cheez-It chicken tenders. So those are, again, easy things. It's finding the balance between giving your body a variety of nutrients and meal planning to make it easy. But again, I go over that all in that video, but that's kind of how I do it. And then within there, Saturdays are kind of our fun day to allow ourselves to have something new, to get that variety in there. Maybe we'll get a different cut of meat, try some different veggies to not only give our body that different nutrients, but also to have fun with food, right? And to increase our satisfaction with food, right? So I hope that's helpful in giving you an answer. I know it depends is such a dietitian answer, but it's true. But I hope walking through this kind of helped you to understand if you're eating the same thing every day is coming from a place of this is a food rule or this is making it easier on me, right? There's a balance, but I do think it's important to give yourself some variety. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, let me know in the comments what more questions you have on this, or if you want to see more full days of eating. I haven't done one in a while. If you guys want one, I will do one, but let me know in the comments below. And with that, I will see you guys back next week with another video all on food freedom, intuitive eating, while maintaining a quote unquote healthy lifestyle and feeling good mentally and physically, right? Okay. All right, guys, I'll see you later.